Hey everybody, at home at Old Guy Hi-Fi channel. I hope everyone's doing well today. Today should be a fun and interesting little video. It is about the Boyuusound NC-25C. So sit back, relax, and we're going to talk about moving coil step-up transformers. How much fun is that? So what is the Boyuusound NC-25C? It is a moving coil cartridge step-up transformer. And Boyuusound's the same company that built this wonderful little F5 single-ended triode Class A tube amplifier I reviewed a little while ago. Really great sound quality, really good build quality, and very low cost. This has really good sound quality, really good build quality, and very low cost, and we'll talk about that in a second. So why do we need a moving coil step-up transformer? Well, if we have our current turntable, and I'm going to use a Fluence as an example because I think they're probably the #1 selling brand of turntables in the United States, maybe worldwide. When we bought our turntable, it came with a cartridge already on it, whether it was an Ortofon or an Audio-Technica or a Nagaoka or whatever. It comes with a moving magnet phono cartridge, and that is the most common style, the most used worldwide. So with a moving magnet cartridge, you have built into your receiver or your integrated amplifier, or you bought a separate one, you have a moving magnet phono preamp. So the output of a moving magnet cartridge is about 4 millivolts at 47,000 ohms. So your moving magnet phono preamp, whether it's built in or separate or whatever, wants to see 4 millivolts, or roughly 4 millivolts coming in at 47,000 ohms. Great, everything's hunky-dory. But what's this thing? What are these things called moving coil cartridges? Well, moving coil cartridges are coveted by audiophiles for their sound quality, and I do think moving coil cartridges can sound better than moving magnet. And this is not a cartridge review, but they have better nuance. They're just beautiful and delicate and reveal, I think, more detail. I love a moving coil cartridge. The problem is, moving coil cartridges have been coveted by audiophiles for decades. And there are some crazy expensive ones out there. I mean, literally there are cartridges out there that cost tens of thousands of dollars. And that just makes it ridiculous. And then, add in like a really high-end audiophile, moving coil phono preamp, and you're adding another $5,000 or $7,000 or $10,000 to the whole system. So it's kind of silly. I wanted to do moving coil because I'd had them in the past, a long time ago. I wanted to do moving coil, but I wanted to do it on a budget because, I'm a retired guy. I don't have all the money in the world. So I have a Fluence RT85, and it came with a Ortofon OM2 Blue, which I got rid of right away and replaced with an Audio-Technica VM540ML moving magnet cartridge. And I was using it plugged into my Cambridge Evo 150, which has a moving magnet phono preamp. Everything was beautiful, but I want to now explore and rediscover that sound quality and that nuance that moving coil cartridges can give. Well, how do I do it, and how do I do it on a budget? Well, Audio-Technica makes a couple of moving coil cartridges. I think there's one that's under $300. The one I have was under $400. Not crazy expensive, but really good sounding. I'll put the model down here. And I wanted to use that, and I wanted to continue to use my Evo 150, but I don't want to buy a new phono preamp, and it won't take a moving coil. Moving coil cartridges have an output voltage of about 0.35, maybe between 0.2 and 0.5 millivolts. Compare that to the 4 millivolts of a moving magnet. So it's dramatically less voltage output. You need a way to amplify that. So what this little device does, it's a step-up transformer. So it'll take that 0.2 or 0.5 millivolt input and output a 4 millivolt, roughly, into your existing phono preamp. And that's what's really cool about this. This thing is extraordinarily well constructed, very heavy, really nice RCA connectors and a ground link, but look, no power connection. It doesn't require any voltage. So it'll take that very low voltage in from your moving coil cartridge. It will step it up to the voltage that your existing moving magnet phono preamp wants to see coming in. And now you can very, very simply add moving coil cartridge and the step-up transformer system. This only costs $240. Now I went online real quick and looked around, and I found moving coil step-up transformers starting at about $500, $600, all the way up to, and I only did a brief look. I found one online, Audio-Technica moving coil step-up transformer, $5,000. So here's a way to discover really the benefits, sound quality, loveliness of moving coil cartridges, but with a really low entry point. Again, 240 bucks for this, maybe 300 bucks for a moving coil cartridge. You know, for about 550 bucks, you can explore moving coil without a huge outlay. I mean, you can spend, if you were to buy an Ortofon OM2 Black Ludwig van Beethoven version, I think those things are 800 bucks or whatever. I will tell you, most moving coil cartridges in and around, you know, half that price will probably sound as good or better than that moving magnet cartridge at that $800. So here's a way to do it. Now, the Boyuusound is really well constructed. It's beautifully built. I think they took a lot of time, effort, and energy to really construct it well. It sounds so good. So I run from my Audio-Technica moving coil cartridge on my Fluence RT85, RCA cable into this, ground wire from the turntable into this. Then I take an RCA cable out of this to go to my input on the phono preamp on my Cambridge Evo 150, and I also take a companion ground wire from this to the Cambridge as well. So ground wire from turntable to this, ground wire from this to the wherever your phono preamp lives, and then RCA in from the phonograph, RCA out into your phono preamp, existing moving magnet phono preamp. Super simple, no AC, no power, no nothing, and it sounds really, really good. Now, it is a slightly lower volume than the moving magnet cartridge, just because there are a lot of variations in the output voltage of moving coil. There can be a high output moving coil and low output. Mine's happens to be a low output, but it's just a notch or two up on the volume, and it sounds wonderful, and it's processed through the really good phono preamp that I already own. So all of the RIAA equalizations all done properly, and again, it's just so easy and so simple, and that's all I needed. And again, no power, simple, $240. Very, very nice. So if you're moving coil curious, here's a great way to get it in. Now, if you have a vintage rig and you have your old Pioneer, Sansui, Marantz, Kenwood, whatever, it's got a moving magnet phono preamp built in. All you need to do is add this to that existing vintage system, add your moving coil cartridge, and boy, you're off to the races big time. So you can really increase the sound quality of that lovely vintage gear that you own wonderfully. Let's say you have an entry-level piece like a Cambridge AXR 100, which is one of my favorite entry-level pieces. It has a really nice phono preamp in it, but it won't do moving coil. Again, here's a very low-cost way to bring moving coil into your listening experience, and I think you'll find it quite rewarding. I don't know if I'm going to do any turntable cartridge reviews. I have the Audio-Technica, and again, I'll put the model down here, and I love it, and it wasn't super expensive, and I can highly recommend it, and I guess that's about as far as I'm going to go. So anyway, the Boyuusound NC-25C. I rambled on long enough about this thing. I really like it. I think it's cool as all get out, and it just made it so much easier for me to put in moving coil cartridge into my system. And you know, the funny thing is, I'm sitting over here, I have a phono preamp, $2,200 phono preamp. It does moving magnet, moving cartridge, and you know, it's a lot of adjustments and so forth and so on. And it sounds great, but man, that's crazy expensive, at least for me. 240 bucks is a lot easier to swallow. Anyway, that's that. The Boyuusound NC-25C. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you'd be willing to give me a like and your subscription. About 60% of you who are watching my video aren't subscribed, and it would greatly help the channel. As my channel grows, more manufacturers are more willing to send me really cool gear to review and play with, and hopefully we can share that information and that, you know, kind of learning and the fun of that together. And that's, so your subscription helps drive that. And I got to say thank you to everybody that subscribed, my channel members and my viewers and my subscribers. The channel's grown wonderfully, and I'm grateful for that. So anyway, if you want to support the channel, there is a thank you button at the bottom of the video window on your portable device or your computer. There is a membership link in the pinned comment and in the video description. Some people have said that when they've tried to subscribe, it's asking you to join the channel. You don't have to. On the normal header on YouTube, if you just go to Old Guy Hi-Fi channel, there should be a subscribe button, and there's no there's no financial obligation attached. Just subscribe, and that's that. If you're having an issue, put it in the comments and let me know. Anyway, so you can join the channel if you want to. There will be an affiliate link for this to Amazon in the pinned comment and in the video description, along with my other affiliate links. You guys all know how that works. My playlists are in there. There's a link to the community post playlist. There's some great music there. I encourage you to check it out. Please comment. Let me know if you thought about moving coil. Has the cost of implementing a moving coil, phono preamp and turntable cartridge, has it kept you from doing it? Maybe this is an alternative to it. Is there a moving coil cartridge you really like? Is there a moving coil phono preamp you really like? Let me know. Share that information with all of us if you don't mind. So please like, subscribe, comment. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to. I think I said everything I need to say. Well, anyway, my name's Ed Homewood. This is the Old Guy Hi-Fi channel, and it's now your obligation to yourself to put on a beautiful LP of beautiful music you love, or stream it if you want. Sit back in your easy chair, maybe with a nice cold beer or a nice glass of wine, and relax and enjoy the balance of your day. I'm so grateful for your time. Thank you much. I hope you have a wonderful day.